Is there any difference between British metal and American metal?
Yeah, I think there is. I think there is. More so between British and the West Coast. I've done some work with guys from the West Coast, and their attitude is a lot more. They rehearse a lot, and they're good at musicians, but their attitude on tour is a lot more. Let's have a party, and for me, going on tour is I try and enjoy every day that I have, but my real enjoyment comes from performing well and meeting the fans.
Do you have a favorite football team?
Well, I was born an Aston Villa fan. All my family supports Aston Villa. All my uncles, everybody supports Aston Villa. You can't be in my family if you're not an Aston Villa fan. Now, I don't really follow football as much as I follow music, so I don't really know a lot about it, but I am an Aston Villa fan. I don't have a choice about that.
What do you think about artists such as Alice Cooper, who release more commercial albums? Would you do it?
Well, the thing for me is commercial is a very complex term. So commercial means what is popular. And if my new album is called The King of Metal, and the title song is called The King of Metal, and that song is written about the fans and about people in the music business who do not respect heavy metal fans. And so that is an extreme song. It's one of the fastest and most aggressive songs I have ever done. But I am convinced that if you played The King of Metal when it comes out as a single, you played that next to a Lady Gaga song, and we had exactly the same amount of plays, that The King of Metal would be a huge commercial hit. I'm convinced of that.
E convins că dacă va fi cântat în același heavy rotation probabil și în același context, are convingerea că piesa va fi un super hit, exact așa cum se întâmplă cu piesele lui Lady Gaga.
And then you see what Alice Cooper does. He'll be trying to write songs like The King of Metal. Come on, Alice, where are you? Come on, bring it in. I'm not scared.
Did you met?
Yeah, he's a wonderful man. Yeah. I supported Alice Cooper in England, in the UK, and he's a lovely man. You have to get him at the right moment.
Trebuie să-l prinzi în momentul potrivit.
But he's a lovely person, a very genuine man.
Adorabilă, so he's not so mean.
No, well, he wasn't to me. He wasn't to me. I mean, he may be to other people, like Alan. But he wasn't to me.
Deci cu el n-a fost rău, așa că asta contează. Ia să văd pe Mr. Bayley. What do you think of Paul Di'Anno as a vocalist?
Well, one of the things I like about Paul is his voice is unique, and it's a style, and I like vocalists like that. I like the late Bon Scott. I liked his style as it was a spoken singing style, and one of the things I like especially about Paul's early work is, you know, his raw style. I'm not so keen on his later work, to be fair, but if you see him on a good day, then yeah, he's a good singer. He's worth listening to.
Let me ask you another way. Let me 3 singers that you really like. The number 1 was Elvis.
Yes, Ronnie James Dio, a huge influence.
Now all the ladies in Romania are now on their knees.
Yes.
Because you said so.
Yeah.
And the third?
And I think perhaps Bon Scott.
And Bon Scott.
The late Bon Scott, because when when I was working in the hotel and listening to heavy metal all the time while I was cleaning and stuff like that, then the influence that he had on me was I didn't want to sound like Bon Scott, but I did want to have a voice that was distinctive.
Și-a dorit o voce care să nu se confunde cu nici, să aibă o voce cu personalitate.
In his singing is his personality. So what I want and I'm always looking for and trying to achieve without trying to affect or pretend or act an emotion. I'm trying to find an emotion and connect and put that directly into my performance in the studio. And it doesn't always work.
Emoția care să fie transpusă și în munca de studio, care să ajungă imediat la ascultător. Alin, vrei să spui ceva?
Vreau să spun că asta este un lucru care la Blaze a venit natural, treaba cu timbrul. Dacă stăm să facem sau să urmărim top 10-urile soliștilor vocali pe internet, o să vedem că în topul ăla nu se află nici pe departe cei mai buni soliști. Se află aceea cu un timbru extrem de distinct.
Și cu o atitudine, pentru că și asta contează.
Timbru contează foarte mult. Îi găsim acolo pe Ozzy, pe Bono, pe Axl Rose. Niciodată nu am văzut un top unde pe primul loc să fie Glenn Hughes sau Joe Turner. Adică nu se pune problema așa. Găsim în top niște soliști care au un timbru. Timbru contează foarte mult.
Identitatea, sigur.